Good day, learner. How have you been? I'm very certain that you are all doing amazing things. Anyways, I'm your English educator. I'm your teacher, Johan. And welcome to the quarter one, week three, day three of the oral communication. If you could still remember last lecture, we had our butterfly handshake, correct? And this time, let's try another kind of handshake. I called it fisherman handshake. Let me illustrate how we're gonna do this one. So all you have to do, you go in and slide your forearms and the tails of the fish slap against one another. That is what we call the fisherman handshake. So let's do it one by one at the count of three. One, two, three. You go in and then you slide your forearms and flap or slap your fish tails against one another. That is an amazing enthusiasm. So thank you for doing that. I know you're always doing a positive vibes. So let's try a new knowledge at this time. So have a nice day and keep on listening. Before we start our lesson, let me ask you one question. The question is, have you experienced or encountered a barrier during your communication with someone else? I'm going to give you 2 seconds to answer my question. One, two. Good. You're on point. There is a barrier in perception and a barrier in listening. Anyways, we are experiencing hindrances or barrier in our communication that lead to a communication breakdown. However, there's always a good news. If there is a problem, there's always a solution. So there are strategies that will help you or support you in order to avoid communication breakdown and go on for effective communication. All right. So this time we're going to study the barriers and strategies for effective communication. So let's showing the barriers and let's go ripping the strategies. Are we all ready and excited? So am I. So let's begin our proper lesson. Let me discuss to you the three barriers to listening. What is the first one? That is the personal agenda. Second, information overload. And the last or the third is what we call the emotional noise. So these are the three barriers that lead or cause a communication breakdown. On the next slide, I'm going to discuss it deeply and explain it well so you could understand it. So just sit and relax and hang on. Here are the three barriers to listening. The hand is pulling it down. First one, focusing on a personal agenda. When we spend on our listening time formulating our next response, we cannot be fully attentive to what the speaker is saying. So it is really important that your mind is not being captivated by your personal agenda, somehow a negative agenda such as outsmarting the speaker or how you're going to compose your response intelligently. This will lead to a barrier to listening. Second is that experiencing information overload. Well, too much stimulation or information can make it very difficult to listen with full attention. Try to focus on the relevant information and the central points that are being conveyed. Okay, just very important. Just focus on the most important information that you need. Last is getting distracted by emotional noise. Why is it really important as well? How it becomes a barrier to listening? Well, because we react emotionally to certain words, concepts, and ideas, and to myriad to other cues from speakers, such as what? Appearance, nonverbal cues such as gesture, postures, body movements, hand movements, etc. Make a conscious effort to quiet that you can listen properly. So those are the barriers to listening. However, I mentioned earlier that there is also a solution. If there is a problem, there is an answer for that one. So here are the strategies for active listening. What are those? The first one is stop, look, and listen. You have to be also empathetic, ask questions, and paraphrase. So these are the 6 strategies for active listening. So let me discuss it deeply once again. Furthermore, to expound the strategies to active listening, here are the power content. The hands is pulling down once again. First one is stopped. Focus on the other person, their thoughts and feelings. Consciously focus on quieting your own internal commentary and step away from your own concerns to think about those of the speaker. Give your full attention to the speaker. So that's one. The keyword, give your full attention to the speaker. Second strategy is look. Pay attention to non-verbal messages without letting yourself be distracted. Notice body language and non-verbal cues to allow for a richer understanding of the speaker's point. Look. Third, listen. Listen for those or the essence of the speaker's thoughts, details, major ideas, and their meanings. Seek an overall understanding of what the speaker is trying to communicate, rather than reacting to the individual words or terms that they use to express themselves. So that those are the 3 of the strategies. We still have more 3, so stand by. In connection to the last slide about the 6 strategies of the barriers for listening, here are the rest. The fourth one is be empathetic. Imagine how you would feel in their circumstances. That's why be empathetic to the feelings of the speaker while maintaining a calm center within yourself. You need not be thrown into all of their problems or issues as long as you acknowledge what they are experiencing. So, be empathetic. The fifth one is ask questions. Use questions to clarify your understanding as well as to demonstrate interest in what is being said. It is really important that you ask questions. Why? Because it shows that you are fully listening to the speaker. Alright, so don't forget to ask questions. And the sixth one is paraphrase. If you don't have any specific questions to ask, you may choose to repeat back to the speaker. Of course, in your own words, what you have taken away in order to allow the speaker to clarify any points. So don't forget to do the paraphrase. So these are the 6 strategies for effective communications. So please adopt this one. Moreover, let's discuss about the barriers for accurate perception. So what are those? We have not investing time, stereotyping and generalizing, assuming similar interpretation, and distorted focus. So these are the 4 barriers for accurate perception. So let me discuss it deeply one by one on the next slide. To further the discussion about the barrier to accurate perception, so let me give you the full details. Here are the barriers. The first one is not investing time. We have different perception, and sometimes because of this, we make assumptions and ignoring details or circumstances that can lead to misconception. When we fail to look in depth for causes or circumstances, we miss important details. Do not allow for the complexity of the situation. So try to understand and try to respect the other's perception. Second is stereotyping and generalizing. Be careful not to hold on to preconception about people or things. We often a tendency to see what we want to see, forming an impression or one's experience and assuming that to be highly representative of the whole person or situation. So do not stereotyping because when we do stereotyping, definitely it's going to be a barrier. You're going to be, such a prejudice and a biased person. So don't be. On the third one, we have having distorted focus. Well, focusing on the negative aspects of a conversation or a situation is a habit common to many people. Sometimes we are very negaholic, even though you may recognize the positive things. We often give more weight to the negative than allowing one's negative comment to overshadow numerous positive ones. So that's why being negaholic or focusing on the negative side, then we lose our focus. Fourth, we have assuming similar interpretation. Not everyone will draw the same conclusion from a given situation or set of information. Everybody interprets things differently. So you have to be careful about that. I don't have the same interpretation on your own. That's why everybody's opinion is correct. So that's our the barrier to accurate perception. So there's another one for that. So let's keep on comment. To surmount the barriers for accurate perception, let me present to you the strategies for accurate perceptions. So here are the three strategies that you can apply. First one, analyze your own perception. Second, focus on others. Third, work on improving your perception. So let me discuss it to you widely. Additionally, to give you a full or solid information or understanding about the strategies for accurate perception, let me present it to you right now. First one is analyze your own perceptions. Question your perceptions and think about how they are formed. Additionally, check in with others around you. And also be aware of assumptions that you are making. Seek additional information and observations too. You may just ask or need to ask people if your perceptions are accurate. That's why you should not be afraid asking someone about your perception, because somehow it would definitely help you to understand that sometimes your perception is wrong. And with that, you can definitely modify yourself or you can actually correct your perceptions. Second, work on improving your perception. Increase your awareness of barriers to perception and which ones you tend towards. Check in with yourself regularly. Seek honest, constructive feedback from others regarding their perceptions of you as a means of increasing your self-awareness. Finally, we have the focus on others. Develop your ability to focus on other people and understand them better by trying to gather knowledge about them. listening to them actively, and imagining how you would feel in their situation. So, those are the strategies that are really important for you to apply in order to combat the barriers for your accurate perception. Well, to enhance and assess your understanding towards the lesson, I know you are very excited to answer the module's activities. So what I can do and what I have learned. So please focus on answering those activities and enjoy it. Oh, I feel so bad as we end our lesson for today. No, I'm just kidding. I'm very happy actually. But anyways, before I end our lesson, let me give you a quote for effective communication. So here it is. According to Milton Erickson, the effectiveness of communication is not defined by the communication, but by the response. I hope you enjoy our class for today. Have a great day and see you in our next lesson. Bye.